Good evening, or whatever time of day you happen to be listening to this. My name is Lisa, and it is time to help ourselves ease into fall as we allow ourselves to gently fall into a little bit of ease. Today's practice will be done lying on our back. I have just put this blanket down so it's easier to see. Navy blue me on the black floor. Props that you might need today. I'm going to keep a couple of blocks near me that might be helpful. I've got a big round bolster over here that's ready for use. Got some square bolsters. Grab some pillows, some beach towels, some couch cushions, whatever happens to work for you and you have available. Let's just welcome ourselves here. Find a comfortable seated position that may be, again, as always, that may be with just a couple blocks underneath your knees, what feels right for you today. We'll just take a couple of minutes again to welcome ourselves together, welcome ourselves to this place, welcome yourself to your space, perhaps free of distractions. Perhaps a place where you can just shut down, let your mind rest. And for some, it's that I'll let my mind rest, but I'll keep just one ear out in case there's something that I need to run to. That's very real life, right? Let yourself come to as much ease that's appropriate for you for the next 30 minutes or so. Take a deeper than normal inhale through your nose and exhale with an audible sigh. Just allow yourself to make that sound, any sound that comes out. Again, the sigh, so you can begin listening to your body. Again, so you can begin to feel breathing, feel breath, feel sensations, feel emotions. One more just like that, and your next sigh marks the start of your practice for this evening. Notice how your body is sitting on the floor, on a block, on a bolster. Give yourself just a little wiggle. Do you have equal amount of weight on each side of your pelvis? Looking for just a little balance. Then gently allow your spine to go through that flexion and extension, maybe a little side to side, maybe a little rotation, maybe putting all that together with the intention of bringing just a little more ease, a little more comfort, so that you can settle back down to a neutral position. How does your body feel with this invitation? Sometimes people tell me they feel silly just moving here. Close your eyes. Realize you're in your own space. Maybe it doesn't matter. How does it feel from within? Just be able to bobble, sway. It's your body's response or reaction to the movement. As you come back to neutral, let's take hands, big hands, stretch of the palms, turn them around, back behind, elbows are straight, and push into the floor. Back is in extension. You can look up to the high corner of the room just a little bit. You've got 3 breaths here. This is about as much work as we're going to do through the day, through our 30 minutes together. Big inhale, exhale, keeping your body there. Another inhale, so the chest can expand. One more. Back to neutral. Hands find their way forward. Slouch, flexion of the spine. We're going to come forward, but not stay here for too long. Perhaps giving yourself whatever comfort you need. I'm going to bring the floor up a little higher so I'm not forced. I don't have it in my head that I have to come down to the floor. We're checking in here with the back side of that body, that back superficial line of connective tissue, somewhere between the base of your skull all the way down into the pelvis, the hips, the deep glute muscles. You may be feeling a stretch on that back line. Just note where it is. Is it in your neck as you drop your head? Between the shoulder blades. I like to say the shortest thing, the tightest thing is going to get stretched first. And as you stay here and simply breathe some ease, the intention is to gently fall into ease. Keep yourself supported. Your head may be able to rest. Your head may be able to rest with a block. What does it feel like to be held in this posture? Taking just a couple more breaths. We'll use this one. I'm going to use the word to kind of measure where you are right now. What is the statement of the back side of the body? For me, it would be my right glutes talking to me. That's a stretch. If you're sitting cross-legged, you generally will feel a bigger stretch in the if it's all the way down into your pelvis, you'll feel it in the front leg's glute, or the glute that belongs to the front leg if your are crossed. And just kind of note how far your body wants to go now there. Gently push yourself up. We may come back in and check in with that before the end of our practice today. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and lie on your back. And again, I'm going to keep my blocks near me because I'm sure I will need them. Let's go. Arms just a little out to the side, whatever's comfortable for your shoulders. Palms up. Knees are going to stay bent with the toes slightly turned in, and knees can fall together without the use of any props. This is the most low stress position you can offer to your lumbar spine and your pelvis, that lumbo pelvic area that we talk about. We have a tendency to want to find ease there before we find ease other places in our body. This is that hub of movement, that hub of power. It's the place that not only holds up your upper body, but disperses the weight into the hips. We feel those grounding force coming up. So to bring ease to these parts, it will tend to spread from there. So notice how your body responds to the invitation. And then once in this posture, where do you feel this in your body? Ideally, we are looking for that sensation of nothing. This is completely ease, not work, not stretching, simply ease. However, when we come into this first place of ease after a long day of holding our bodies up, of doing, sometimes the lower body isn't quite there. So in this position, let's do a little gentle cat-cow. It's a flexion of the spine, which means you'll tuck your tail, pelvis tilts back. On an inhale, you'll tilt the pelvis forward, which will make your belly button rise, space at the lower back. Exhale and tuck a little. Don't make this into grand work. You're just trying to initiate a little more ease. So it's a gentle movement just to see what's available. Come back to neutral. A side bend in this position would look like a hip hike, a wiggle. I'm going to take my right hip, bring it up towards my right rib cage, left. It's a little bobble of wiggling. You may notice that more on the sides of your body. Find that place of hopeful ease, right? Sometimes even just tightening your pelvic floor. So I'm stopping that flow of urine, not that you're urinating right now. Release the pelvic floor. Tighten that again. and release. Just notice the sensations present. If this is feeling particularly good to you, as always, honor yourself. If you found a position of ease, there's no need to move on as I change the directions. Identify your left leg. Bring that straight up in the air, as straight as you can. Just notice maybe there's a stretch on the hamstring. Come out of that just a little bit. Offer a gentle point and flex of the ankle. That movement, just calling in a little flexibility on the back of the leg. This is actually work for the body. So let's cross the ankle above the knee. If you know that is a figure 4 position. Arms can stay out to the side just to stabilize. Your left hip is going into external rotation. The right leg is just stabilizing. Not just stabilizing, just is a lot. Stabilizing the body. And if this is a stretch on your internal rotators, the groin of your up leg, your left leg, that's great. You may want to add just a modicum of stretch, just a little press with that hand if you feel like doing some work. And as you do that, the right leg, the ground leg, may have to come out just a little bit more so you don't topple. This may be a great position for you. And if you like that because it's ease, or you like that because it's a little bit of a stretch, a yin stretch, no muscles working, yet allowed to stretch, stay right here. The other option is keeping your breath at ease. Know that my right leg is going to come up. I'm going to support that with my hands, my arms, and then I'll be able to pull just as much as I want. In this position, you may feel the groin of your left leg. You may start to feel the glute of the left leg, the glute of the up leg, much like sitting cross-legged on the floor was. It's the same type of position, just with one leg. Now, if I were wise, I would have put a block or a bolster down there and I could rest my leg on it. I'm going to use my arms right now. What position is good for you? Check in now, breath. How is your body breathing? We have that tool of the imaginary straw. It's in through your nose, out through the imaginary straw. That is probably the fastest, easiest, smartest tool I know to invite yourself into ease. That tool naturally slows your breath because it gives you a narrowed passageway on the exhale. You don't have to count. You don't have to figure out how hard you should be breathing. Just give yourself an imaginary straw. And that in itself is an invitation for ease. Body at ease, breathes at ease. So if you find that you're not breathing at ease, your body's not at ease yet, you may want to back out of this position. You may want to invite just a little more ease. What works well for you? What do you feel like doing right now? Body at ease, breathes at ease, which ideally is all through your nose, both in and out. I forgot to add that some of you will not be at ease breathing in this position because your head will be here. I should have brought another blanket or not a bolster, just a little something so you can get your face in the position of looking straight up at the ceiling, not back here. And what some of you will find, especially if you've visited this place before, is as you sit here in ease, as the joints become more comfortable, the body is actually allowed to move. And what started as a restorative position is now a yin posture, or the connective tissue. The deeper tissues, muscles get to stretch, and then the connective tissue and the glutes, maybe the lower back. And then even the hip joint gets to move a little differently. And we'll come out of that. And as you come out of that, allow your knee to cross. So my left leg is still on top, but it's knee over knee. This may be a great position for you. Without too much fanfare, if you're able, legs are going to come up. I'm going to grab a knee in each hand. I would like it if my knees stay crossed. And if this is all a compression in the groin, I invite you to perhaps, I'll grab this bolster, put it down here, come back to that crossed leg sit and just rest here. For some of you, it's going to be both knees up. You can grab lower down the shins, you can grab the ankles, whatever's available. And as we move more towards the ankle, the external rotation of the hip gets to increase. Again, you may feel this in the glutes. Are you going to take this as a stretch, a yin, or are you going to take this as a place of ease? I'm going to go with the ease option right now. Check in, breath. Again, this may be a great position for you to stay in. In these short practices, I often make the mistake of putting too much in to 30 minutes, and I might have done that today. So if you like right here, stay there. I'm going to take my top leg, which is my left leg, bring it up to the ceiling, re-find that little stretch in the back of the leg, lower it, give a little point and flex. We've been here before, and just bring that leg down. Mine's going to rest on a bolster because I have it there. If there's not a bolster there, you may just check in for a couple breaths in Shavasana, that final resting posture that we normally do. And in that position, check in with your lower back. Ask for a little more ease if you'd like. If you'd like to initiate that, it may just be that modicum of cat-cow. Tuck your tail, extend your tail in the back, maybe that little bobble, that wiggle side to side. Come back to neutral, see how your body feels. And this is a short check-in here, unless you don't want it to be a short check-in. But it'll be a lengthy check-in. When you're ready, one knee bent, the other knee bent. I'm going to keep my feet on this pillow because it's there. Right leg this time raises. Just notice how much length is available in the back of the leg, somewhere between the heel and the pelvis. Come out of that a little bit, offer a point and a flex. And then that right ankle goes above the knee. I'm on this bolster, which is comfortable, but if it's not, I'll just bring my foot to the floor. If you'd like, you can just offer a little more press to that up knee, that right knee, that brings the leg into external rotation. How does that feel on the front of the right hip, the groin of the right hip? One step further would be to bring the left thigh up and hold. And you may be feeling the stretch on the top leg, the right leg's glute with this. You'd like to limit the work that your body has to do in this. So I'm going to allow all the work to be in the arms to hold the leg here, but ask my lower body to shut off. On this side, for me, the hip doesn't like to rotate as much. So I notice that my knee is almost getting in the way a little bit. I also notice that the glute of my right leg is able to stretch here. I'm going to offer myself just a little bobble and see if I can get that right hip to relax, and then come back to stillness. And I say stillness, it's relative stillness. That's that place where we start to fall into just a little more ease. Invite your entire body to relax. You may feel yourself sinking into the floor. And as that lumbar spine moves towards ease and your pelvis moves towards ease and those muscles can shut off, you may notice there's actually a little movement. You thought you were still, but the movement that's allowed as those tissues, as the muscles stretch, as the connective tissue gently elongates. Again, appropriate places to feel this would be the glute side of the up leg, the right leg. If you're feeling the pinching in the groin, not really what we're going for here. It makes sense that that would happen, but I just ask you to back out a little bit and bring ease. We're not really looking for a compression or a pinching of the joints. That's not ease for the body. Hard for the body to turn off when it's being pinched, right? If you'd like, knee goes over knee. It's a cross-legged position. You might want to offer yourself a little bobble there. Check in with the low back, cat-cow, wiggle, wiggle. We actually know that connective tissue, what we used to do in absolute stillness, we know that some people, maybe movement-based people, their body responds to just a little bit of rocking. That may be a neurological response, but we are always learning more and more about the communication system of the fascia, the connective tissue, the fascial web, really all one piece of connected tissue. If you would like, those knees can come up. You can hold both knees. You can hold farther down in the legs. What's available to you, and that might be hanging out in ease. I like to think about that fascial web, one piece of connective tissue, as a spider web, like a spider web in 3D, whereas spider makes a web and it's really all one piece of webbing. And when the spider is done, it may hang out in one corner of the web and take a rest. And yet when something flies into the web, it would create a tension down at one corner, perhaps. And that little bit of movement in the lower corner of the spider web can actually be felt by the spider in the upper corner because it's all one piece. So if you know that you're built like this web, this spider web, and you offer a little bit of tension or ease, it's felt everywhere. And your body then might have this collective sigh of, oh, there it is, just a little more ease. Or if you're the spider, it might be that reaction of, might be food down there, something I want. spider will make its way over. We're looking for ease, not dinner. As you're ready, that top leg, that right leg's going to come up. Find that length again. Come out of it a little bit. Offer that movement, that flexion and extension. There may be more available just because we let the spider web rest. Let's come down to that variation of Shavasana. If you're on a pillow, you may be flat. Check in here. We check in with breath. Is your body breathing at ease? Check in with that lumbopelvic region, that lumbar spine. That place that's been holding you up. That's the job of the lumbar spine. It's like the base of the tree. Holds you up, offers support. A lot of kind of movements allowed in there. But for most of the day, that core region holding you up. And then, of course, the pelvic region, lots of mobility available in there. A little wiggle, flex and extend. Now you may choose complete restoration right here. Arms can come out to the side. If you're on a bolster, you may like your knees bent a little bit more. Soles of my feet have come together just a little bit. I don't have to hold my legs up here. The pillow's doing it. That may be a place you choose to close your practice. Stay right here. Some of you may choose to come back to a seated position. If you do that, legs are going to come up. You're going to roll to one side. Your top hand is going to be the thing that helps you up. Your head can be the last thing up. Let's check back in with that cross-legged position, which we started today. Check in breath. Did you do that much movement at ease, or did that cause a little distress? Invite the ease back. How are your hips feeling here? Do they like this? My knees are resting on my feet. I might offer the support just to see how that feels. Sometimes a little more support is welcome. How does it feel to be supported in the position that you've chosen instead of doing it all? Let's get an extension of the spine, a flexion. Let's recheck in with that forward fold. Now that the back of your body has had time to maybe stretch out a little bit, it has been asked and allowed to, if you're lucky, find some ease. How does it feel to be in this forward fold? Again, you may have plopped all the way to the floor. My body today is choosing to move a little more slowly. I get the sense that I will come closer to the floor, but it is not a fast process right now. Again, as I invite ease to my body, it gently comes, that place of falling into just a little more ease. Again, heads can be supported. Arms are a great prop here. And if you like, not to be judgy, but check in. How much forward motion is available to your body after this short practice today? And you may choose resting right there. I'm going to bring myself back up to seated. And for my final posture of the practice, I'm going to choose to take it right here. Some of you are lying flat or with bolsters under your knees. Some of you are in that forward fold. Others may be still resting down with your legs crossed. All of it is correct. Check in. Breath. And as you are ready, which may not be now, especially if this is the end of the day in your own space, you may already be ready to take a little nap right here. And all of that's good if it's available to you. But when your mind is ready, when your body is ready, you have a hard ending to your practice, 30 minutes, then deeper than normal, inhale through your nose. Exhale with that audible sigh, which marks the completion of your practice and our time together for today. Thanks for joining me.